My father was born in Poland when it was a time of peace, a wonderful childhood, very idyllic. And then one day the Nazis rolled into town and they took everything that my father had away. They took his home, they took his father's factory, and then my father's entire family was murdered. He was left alone as an 8-year-old kid to fend for himself, and he spent the next 5.5 years of his life miraculously somehow surviving an experience that involved first a ghetto, and then a labor camp, and then a cattle car train ride to a concentration camp. And along the way, my father could have given up. He could have given in to the hatred that he experienced, but he didn't do it. My father always saw that around the corner, the sun was going to shine. I am the daughter of a Holocaust survivor, and I grew up hearing stories about how hatred led to a time when millions of people were killed. Now I have a son, and he's coming home with stories that sound remarkably like the stories I heard from my dad. I feel like I'm at a point in my life where the history that I heard from my dad and the news that I hear from my son are clashing. A lot of people are standing by, listening to words of hatred, and feeling powerless to do anything about it. That's why I wanted to come up with Hope After Hate, to let people take some power back, to let you fight. If you feel like right now you're hearing words or seeing actions that you do not agree with what is going on, well, this project hopefully will help you. So after decades of interviewing my father, about 3 years ago, I started realizing that times were really changing, and not for the better. That's when I started really thinking, I have to do something with this information. And so I wrote a book about it, but then I thought, a book is just not going to involve the people I want to reach, which is young people, people in their teens, in their 20s. So I thought, how do I reach people of this generation? Well, looking at my students, it was clear the best way to reach you is to involve you, for you to be part of the story. What we're going to do is to create a virtual reality project where you put the goggles on and you're literally in the cattle car train hurtling toward the concentration camp, or you're at the selection square where you're either going to live or you're going to die. You'll put the goggles on and have that experience. We're also developing an audience immersive play. Never seen anything like it. This play will basically take projections and surround the audience, so the audience will be inside the set while the play is going on. Both of these projects are meant to make people really stop to think about, are there any analogous situations to it today? If I see hatred and bigotry today, what can I do? How can I step up? How can I become an upstander as opposed to a bystander? How can I take some power back if I feel like I'm powerless? That's what Hope After Hate is about. So we're taking a crew of professionals along with 15 students to Poland and Germany, to the exact places where this story took place. We're going to go inside an attic where my father hid while the Nazis marched outside. We're going to go to the selection square where people were told to go either to one side to life or the other side to death. We're going to go to the very concentration camp where my father was interred until American soldiers rescued him in 1945. So you will be in those places when you take in this project. I love that we're going to be using social media along the entire process, so you can go with us. You can be in those locations in Poland and Germany as we are there. We're going to be using social media to share the entire journey. You can come along and you can see for yourself what exactly we are discovering. The money will be going towards equipment, partially cameras, microphones, also production costs when we get back, the time to edit and put all this material together. Really, the projections are a big part of our cost. Hope After Hate is something we should all do together. There's a reason why it's a project that's being done by so many people. not just by me. This isn't my project. This is all of our project. This is all of our opportunity to put a few dollars together at a time and together put a project that can speak to the world, that can show the world what we can all do to seize back power, what we can all do to fight hatred and bigotry today. You can be a part of this project. You can come along with us while we're in Poland and Germany. You can watch what are we discovering day by day. You can be a part of this, and not just your dollars, but in your experience as well.